Then we can negate this antaray even by this sadhana, which is mentioned here. By doing this ekatattva abhyas, we can negate this antaray. We can pratishedh, we can take them far away. The obstacles can be taken away from our path by this sadhana. Tat pratishedhartham ekatattva abhyasah. This ekatattva abhyas is ekagrata on ekatattva, on one tattva. Any tattva one can take and just focus one's attention on that tattva. Ekagrata. Any tattva. So it can be just one of the Panchamahabhut, or it can be Tanmatra, if we know what is Tanmatra. Tanmatra is actually nothing. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha are in the pure form. Tanmatra. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Or we can just focus on our indriyas or mana or ahankar or chitta, any tattva. If one just do eka tattva abhyas, ekagrata, so that itself will become like what you call ekagrata, which will remove all other disturbance, all other vikshep of the chitta, and when the vikshep of the chitta goes away, this antaray also drops one by one. So eka tattva abhyas, because depending on our own ability or our liking, we can choose any tattva and focus our attention there. Say when the attention of our chitta gets focused on one object, then automatically that all other disturbance goes away, and that itself leads us on the higher and higher or the subtler and subtler level. It's like the same, similar to what we have seen before, vitarka, vichara. But one can focus on anything and just hold on to that. And this here is only to remove the obstacle. But even after the obstacles are removed, this sadhana alone will take us to our ultimate goal. Eka tattva abhyas. So tat pratishedhartham ek tattva abhyasah. Any tattva. It's like in suppose the waters of the ocean. You want to know what is the taste of that water, you can just pick up any one drop. How many drops are there in the ocean? Oh, you can't count. But even one drop, if you taste it, you will know the taste of the ocean. Similarly, any tattva, you hold on to that tattva, it will take us to the goal. Once the principle is understood, then that tattva will take us to our goal. So eka tattva abhyasah tat pratishedhartham. To remove all the obstacles, one can do eka tattva abhyas. And through this eka tattva abhyas also, if it is done steadily for a long time, it will lead to this ekagrata, will lead to higher and higher stage. From vitarka it can go to vichara, from there to ananda, from there to asmita. because all these are ekagrata only. And from that asmitanugat, one gains that vivekhyati, which will lead to a samprajnat samadhi. So, ekatattva abhyasa. Further, there are certain malas, some dosha in our chitta, which also prevents our smooth flow of our sadhana. So to remove those dosha of the chitta, like raga, dvesha is the main dosha, but also along with this raga, dvesha, there are those irsha, then asuya, and other doshas are there. So these doshas of the chitta, to remove them, there's a very interesting sutra which is given here, which is for the seeker, for this yogi, even while interacting with this world, should follow this sadhana. And while doing that, following this sadhana, will become more and more fit to gain that ultimate goal of yoga. So it's a very famous sutra and very interesting. So let us chant. Maitri Karuna Muditopekshaṇa Sukha-dukha Punya-punya Vishayanam Bhavanataschitta-prasadanam Maitri Karuna Muditopekshaṇam Sukha-dukha Punya-punya Vishayanam Bhavanataschitta-prasadanam. When the chitta has got these vikshepas which are mentioned before, our sadhana doesn't happen well. When all these vikshepas are removed through Ishwar Pranidhan or Eka Tattva Abhyas, then the sadhana becomes smooth. Here the teacher gives one more technique by which we can remove these vignas and make the chitta pleasant. Chitta prasad. We can gain chitta prasad. This is a very interesting what you call quality of the chitta. Chitta prasad. When the chitta prasad happens, our ekagrata becomes easy. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan talks about the chitta prasad. In the second chapter, he says, Prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishthati. That when there he talks about it as buddhi, when prasanna chetas, our chitta only, when it becomes prasanna, when there is prasannata, joy, inner joy, it's also called prasad, which is not caused by anything outside, but it is caused by the quality of the chitta only, sattvic quality of the chitta. When the chitta becomes sattva pradhan, there is that inner joy. That's called prasad. Prasad, what we get in mandir is different story. But this prasad is experienced when the chitta is sattvic. Sattvic means all the mala of tamogun and rajogun has gone. And what are the mala of tamogun, rajogun? This raga, dvesha, irsha, krodha, dvesha I said, all those others, amarsha, ghruna, a desire to hurt someone, and all those things. This type of uh, impurities of the mind, of the chitta, if it is there, then we can't concentrate. You try to focus on Ishvara, but at the same time you dislike somebody. And you say, oh Ishvara, I love you so much. I don't like that fellow. Oh Ishvara, I love you so much. I don't like blah, blah, blah. So both the things, it becomes difficult for the chitta. Baba, ek pe raho. Either you hate or you love. What are you trying? So it becomes difficult. Irsha, jealousy, attachment, intense repulsion, intense dislike, what we say, or desire to hurt someone, and this attitude of finding faults in everyone. There are some people who are fault finders, like सब में ऐसा. So everywhere they find some faults. So such type of attitude, if it is there in chitta, that chitta cannot concentrate. It is incapable of concentrating. It is like breaking your head against the wall then. So one has to remove these negativities from the mind, from the chitta. So for that, a very beautiful thing, because all these negativities come or they get encouraged through our interaction with other beings in this world. Many of them are because of our interaction with people, with objects, with situation. So if those interactions are made right, or many of these negativities can be eliminated. So here the teacher says, he has just divided people into 4 groups. Who are they? Sukha, Dukkha, Punya, Apunya, Vishayanam. There are people who are happy. Yeah, yes. And there are those who are unhappy. Then there are those who are good, Punya. Punya means good people, noble people, meritorious. And Apunya, bad. Apunya, following the path of adharma. So when we interact with them normally without this proper understanding or attitude, when a person is sukhi, when we see someone happy, there is a possibility of jealousy arising in our heart. Why that fellow is so happy? What is this? I am here miserable sitting here, and that fellow is always smiling and this. So jealousy comes. And one also, yeah, then one gains this attachment also gets created to that thing, because of which that other person seems to be happy. That fellow has got a nice big house, so I develop attachment to that house. Means I connect that person's happiness to some objects of this world or something, and develop attachment to those things also, which may not be right. If you ask that person why you are happy, he might have some other reason, or maybe no reason. Somebody asked Galib, why are you happy? He said, my face is like that, what can I do? It's like somebody is sad, you ask, why are you sad? No, no, my face is like, I am very happy person, but my face is like that. So, there are Sukhi person. Then there are those who are Dukhi, always sad. Whenever you look at them, they are sad. If you ask them, how are you? They tell you a long, sad story with details. And they don't allow you to go because they hold you like that. हाथ पकड़ लेते हो आपका छोड़ते नहीं बैठो बैठो so sad story they tell so they are called sad people sometimes we feel quite dislike towards them. Uh, then there are those who are punyatma. They are very good people. They are sincerely noble people. They are good in their work, good in their interaction with the world, noble, good people. But if our chitta is not good, then we will find defects in them. Asuya it is called. गुणेशु दोष दर्शनम अच्छे लोगों में बुराई देखना that is the defect of the chitta. Then there are those who are papi, bad people, doing all sorts of nonsense in the world. And when we interact with them, we develop dislike, dvesha, or sometimes we want to take revenge with them. Even sometimes we might directly not connect it to those people. We hear about some bad things happening in the society and then we say, ऐसे होना चाहिए. So inside we are giving some punishment. So these four types of people are there with whom we might interact. If we can change our attitude to this positive, then our chitta prasad we will gain. With Sukhi, those who are happy, we should have the attitude of mitrata. Mitrata means love or friendship. Means those who are happy, instead of feeling jealous of them, we should feel a sense of friendship toward them, sense of love toward them. Feeling that they are happy, you should feel happy with them. Just as our own friend or our relative or children or someone becomes happy, the parents feel so happy. Why? Because they have that feeling of goodness towards them. Similarly, those who are happy in this world, you identify with them as your own friends and feel that happiness along with them. Then what will happen? The raga, the irsha, which is there in our heart, will go away. So, mitrata with those who are happy. Then, karuna with those who are unhappy. Rather than having some ghruna, dislike, or something other feeling, we should have that feeling of compassion towards those who are unhappy. Karuna. Then, with those who are punyatma, we should have joy in our heart. Looking at them, mudita, we should feel happy for the other person's goodness. that I said? No. And for those who are papi, we should have upeksha towards them, indifference, udasinata, no dvesha, but udasinata, no desire to take revenge or something, but udasinata. If this four attitude is maintained, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha towards Sukha, Dukkha, Punya and Apunya Vishayanam, Bhavanatah, if this bhavana is brought about, then Chitta Prasadanam, then the Chitta will become pleasant, joyful. All this raga, dvesha, irsha, and all those things will go away. One will feel happy, prasanna. See, sometimes some of them are more difficult. For some, jealousy might be more strong. For some, dvesha might be very strong. But all this, if they are practiced, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha, then the mind will become free of raga, dvesha, and chitta prasadanam, and chitta will become joyful, and with that joyful chitta we can do our sadhana. Ekagrata will be attained without much effort. So these are some few more techniques Patanjali Rishi tells us, which will help to remove the antaray and also help us in our sadhana. More we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om